Hi guys, I'm back with another video. So in my previous video, I talked about what if everything went right and humans did everything right. So how would a perfect utopian world look in 100 years? So if you want to know about that, please check out my previous video. In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between how to think and what to think. And now how and what would sound pretty similar, but there is a very profound difference, and that also weaves into our education system. Okay, so Let's start by what is it about what to think. So what to think is a lot what we learn in school. What to think is like, let's create a metaphor here. In what to think, assume your brain is a huge library, and as a test in our school, we're given files of information. The more files you can store in your brain library, the smarter you are. And I know at the right time in the test, if you're able to access the right file, you're smart. For example, let's say a question in the test says, who created the theory of special relativity? And you go and find the right file within time and say Einstein. That's what to think. They tell you the question, you have to find the file. But let's come to how to think. So how did that file come to existence? How to think is a bit more curious. You need to question yourself. You have to question the world around you. In how to think, we question everything that has ever existed. So, how to think is how Einstein came up with that theory of special relativity. And again, for that, again, we can go back to what to think, what we learned in school and all that. But why is the file the way it is? That's questioning. That's how to think. A much more realistic, let's come back to a bit more lifelike example. And this was the example given by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and it makes perfect sense. So let's say there are two people for interview, and you interview them. One person came in the interview room and you asked him what's the height of the spear. It's an architect interview. And he says, I have memorized this thing. I have seen the whole plan I have learned before I came here. It's 255.5 meters. You say, perfect. It's exact. It's the right answer. The second person comes for the interview and you ask him, what's the height of the spear? And he says, I don't know. I'll come back in a minute. He goes outside, he measures the shadow of the spear, he knows his own height, he measures his own shadow, does a bit of similar triangle maths. Then he comes back and says, I have calculated, it's somewhere around 250 to 255. And now the question is, who gave the better answer? If this was a school test, the better answer would be the one who has memorized the answer because he knows what to think. Then he asks for the height. But a smarter person in real life, in this changing world, would be the person who knows how to think. Because the person who memorized the answer doesn't know how the answer came to existence. Why is the answer? Why the answer is what it is? Or anything of that sort. Whereas the person who knows how to think can apply the same thing to every scenario. Another a much more funny situation could be, let's say there's this one person comes first in class, right? Always he's getting 99.958 hours or getting 100% marks and whatever. But he knows all the information that he has is it from the textbook. So let's say we have never been to Mars, but we go to Mars and we discover something new. And for our sake, we don't. It's a bad thing. Let's say it's a virus that's not good for the people living on the Mars or people who went there. Now, because we have discovered it, we don't really have it in the textbook. So the person who came first, and according to the school is the elite and smart, would not know anything because he all he has known is what to think. When you given the question, when those words arrange together themselves, the theory of special relativity, Einstein. They just tell you what dot connects to the other dot. They don't tell you how the dot connects. You know that if A connects to B, A has to be B, or when B given, I have to answer A. But why does A connect to B? That's about how to think. So that was all. I'm no great person like Neil deGrasse Tyson or anything. I'm just a YouTube channel, so I just had this thought. What might be the difference? And it makes a lot of sense. Therefore, a lot of people who even drop out from college or school work out to be so good. That might be the case. But by that time, for more thoughts like this, for more information, videos, for anything, please give us tips. We really want to improve ourselves. Please subscribe, like, and share. And hope to see you next time. Thanks, guys.